I am not gay, have never been gay, would never be.
Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are located. How are you? Or Happy New Year. I'll keep saying Happy New Year again. We're still in the first week of the new year. Hope you're doing well and welcome to the channel. So, today I want to talk about the conversation that I think it's Ifeoma or Ifeoma Ukudo had with on Boda Oyibo TV, the live stream show about 2 days ago. I thought I should. There are a couple of things that was said in there that I just want to kind of react to. I am not perfect. Wherever I say here is not the final. You can let me know what you feel in the comment section below as well. So this is my opinion, and just to let you know that this channel is a Yoruba and English channel. Most of the time I will speak English, but you will hear me here speaking Yoruba. Sometimes please do understand. Okay, so I'll be playing the voice note, and I will be reacting to what I think maybe the point I want to pass across, or if I don't agree with what she said or what was said as well. I'm just going to be playing it. I'm not going to show it on the screen, but the videos was from Boda Oyibo TV on YouTube channel. You can go there and listen to it. I did a video yesterday as well where I play a very short clip of it, that you should go to Boda Oyibo TV to watch the full clip if you want to have better understanding. Don't just jump to conclusion, please. And we give credit to whom credit is due. So I'm gonna get on now. Okay, listen.
Somebody that's related to Alex Ekubo here. Okay, she said, my family has been quiet about this issue, but I think it's time we set this record straight. Ifeoma Ekubo is in the studio. Hello, Ifeoma. How are you?
I'm good. Yourself? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Welcome. Where are you joining us from?
I'm in Canada. I live in Canada, but right now I'm in the States.
Are you related to Alex Ekubo?
Yes. In fact, honestly...
How are you related?
Let's just leave that one. At least you can see my last name. I'm Ifeoma Ekubo. And honestly, family didn't want us to talk. Nobody wants to talk. But this is really, really getting out of hand. I am so emotional right now.
Okay,
because
calm
this
down.
Fancy girl... He spoke to me. Listen, Fancy spoke to me. Honestly, I am upset. I didn't want to talk. Alex, we decided to let God fight this battle for this boy, because people have been calling him gay. This is a boy that everybody knew that he is not gay. He's been sleeping with Fancy for God knows how long, up until the 24th of December.
He's sleeping with Fancy?
I slept with him. Why is it? Why? Just because he doesn't want to take her back. If you get it, Fancy's dad is an Uber driver. Who says she's Fancy? Oh my God, I don't even know. I am so mad. Like, we have had it up to here. This boy is going into depression because of what people are saying about him.
Ifeoma, calm down. I understand he's your family member.
Why is everybody saying he's gay?
Hold on.
He is not.
Hold on, you don't know.
No, I know.
How do you know?
Up with me.
Okay, so far from what we've listened to, a couple of things I want to pick up from there is that we're human. We sometimes react to maybe news or other things just in a way that even if we listen to it later, we would not even like the way we reacted. We would have wished that maybe the hands of the clock could be turned back so we can correct things. So that's what I want to start with. Like, Ifeoma jumped on the show, and of course she was introduced. Maybe she must have said it on the comment section that this is who she is, and they asked her, because it's part of the protocol. If someone called the live show with me, I will obviously ask. If it's someone I don't know, I will ask, who are you, and if it's really relating to what we're discussing, or if it's something else, then she said she's Ifeoma, she's Alex Ekubo's sister, blah 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 also. and they were asking how she's related to Alex Ekubo. She doesn't want to disclose. I think she should be ready to disclose that when she called into the live stream. But if she doesn't want to say the exact thing, she should say I'm a cousin, or maybe one of the sisters, blood sisters. Let people figure it out, because people that are close to your family will obviously know from your voice if you're the real person. But you were ready to fight for your brother. I think you should be able to come out as well. You were not even showing your face during the live stream. I don't think that was the option though, but people could hear your voice. That's number one. Two, I felt that emotion set in. The emotion set in there. She started rushing the whatever she wanted to say. It's like she came here as if she has a limited time that she click on the countdown timer to just quickly rush whatever she wants to say without anyone saying anything. You don't expect the host to just grant you to just rant, yell, and just leave, and they're like, keep quiet. Okay, if they just allow you to keep quiet, to keep talking, if it's my show and I decide that okay, I'm not just gonna say anything, and you finish bringing out everything, and you said okay, I'm done, I'll say okay, thank you, bye, and I can carry on with what we're doing. Would you not call back? Would she not call back to want to talk about it again, that people are not listening? So that's emotion setting we shouldn't have. I think because she knows she's going to jump into the live show, like you said, she said someone called her. That's when she should have thought of what to say. Another point is, if you're jumping into a live show, you should know that your words are actually it will go viral. It's a live show. Like what I'm discussing right now, someone could say, what of the words that you did this, you said this. I might have better understanding of what all these things I'm talking about in the near future, like, I should have constructed it this way. But she should have thought of it when it's coming to live stream, live show. We should be careful of how we jump in and what you want to defend. Did you get permission from your brother that you need to defend your brother on this case and all that? Another thing is, like I said, she was rushing and she was being in denial of the brother, saying the brother is not gay, that is not straight or is straight, blah blah blah. I'm thinking some people will say, if you have a brother or someone in the house, you'll be able to tell if they are there. Some could tell, but some of them, because of the embarrassment you're going to show them, or how they felt you will be embarrassed as a family, they will not want to disclose. Some of these people know the way the family react to news that is not pleasant to them, so they might be in denial. At the same time, if she's a very close family member of Alex Ekubo, maybe the blood sister to Alex Ekubo, and maybe she's the one that paid him when he was little and all that. Has she seen any signs that made that to say, okay, I'm going to keep this to myself? And she now finally heard that people are talking about it, and she decided, okay, I'm just going to deny so that maybe people will keep quiet. So being denial of what is happening and being denial of the community is another thing that she did. I'm still going to continue playing the audio so that you can understand what I mean. So, and also she said Fancy and Alex Ekubo have been sleeping together. How did she know this? Does she not know that in making this statement, it means that Alex as a man has not been, or would I say he has a basket mouth, that everything they discuss or wherever they do, himself and Nancy, meaning that he would take those things back to his sisters to discuss it. They don't have privacy. So if it actually happened that Alex said that, she should be bringing it here, or has she gone to the hospital with Fancy, that she decided to know that she hasn't tested this thing before from her own brother? She cannot state the fact. Is it that she has camera on her brother that she knows when the brother is bedding Fancy. I think she shouldn't be the one to say. It's not as if Fancy has been pregnant before or did something that you will say, oh, if you say you haven't been touched before, how come the pregnancy that you say you had a miscarriage or something, you went to go and take it off? How did it happen? At least with that one, we know we haven't touched this person. Where did you get it from? That question should be able to come in. But she seems not to know that she kind of demeaning Alex's image as a man there. She also said that Fancy's dad is an Uber driver. I'm wondering the conversation, what led to that? Why did she have to bring it up? Emotion sets in, so you feel, you know what, I need to blackmail her, I need to also tarnish her own image. From the conversation, Fancy's dad is an Uber driver. Why? What has it got to do with what is on ground or what they're discussing? And also, Alex's dad is an Uber driver. Is it not a job? Is it not better than when this person is stealing or scamming people? So why do you think you need to use that to? Why do you think you need to use that to deform or kind of bring the girl down or to paint Fancy in a bad way? That is another point. So I will play again. Let us listen to another one.
Up with me. Alex is not gay. Okay,
how do you know
let me ask the question. If Alex is gay, why is it that Fancy, you know how many times Fancy called me to beg Alex? I was one of the people that I was even fighting for Fancy. Alex said no, that this girl is crazy. We don't know Fancy. You don't know Fancy.
I don't.
Fancy called me. I live in Canada. You would have seen some pictures that Alex posted when he visited Canada. They have lied on this boy. They lied with him with Uti. They lied with so many people. This boy would just be quiet. And I've been telling him, Alex, I think it's high time you stand up and talk.
So why not?
I don't even want to say a lot of things that I know here because I am so pissed. See, Fancy said her parents were supposed to pay for the wedding. Alex pays Fancy $500 every month. When Alex was the one taking care of Fancy, she lost her job. Alex was the one taking care of this girl, paying for her rent, feeding her. When they did the engagement, Alex was in her house. They slept together that night. They've been sleeping together for God knows how long.
Okay, Ifeoma, hold on, my darling. Sorry, I'm sorry you feel this way. He's your relative, so I completely understand that you're emotional. But I need to let you know, you sound like a woman that is matured.
I am matured.
So you know that two people sleeping on the same bed does not mean that they are having sex.
They are having sex.
How do you know?
I know. In fact, even the first time when they broke up, that first time that Fancy went to break up with the engagement, when they made up again, they slept again. And this time around, when they slept, they are sleeping. So if they tell you that Fancy, as she is not having sex with Alex, you will believe Fancy.
Hold on now.
Even when that thing happened that first time, that Fancy went to Alex, we told Alex that don't try to sleep with this girl before you get her pregnant. If you know you're not ready. And then Alex was trying to avoid this girl. Fancy, do you know the number of times Fancy has called me? We're begging Alex together. I'm fighting for Fancy. She's telling me, nothing will make me go to the internet anymore. I will never do it again. I don't know if she's bipolar. I don't know if she's sick. I'm even disappointed in her that after everything she told me, she went online just because after posting that thing, Alex did not say, okay, Fancy, come back. Let's get married together.
So what is hurting you the most now in this whole story?
What is hurting me is that people have been, this is called deformation of image.
Why is it defamation?
Alex is not gay.
Being gay is not a defamation. Hold on now. You say you live in Canada. Hold on.
Excuse me. Because see,
Ifeoma, we're going to have a conversation. And if we are going to have a conversation, you can't come here and you are screaming. I'm allowing you to talk, but you need to allow me to talk. Okay? Calm down. I know he's your family member. Somebody saying that somebody is gay is not defamation of character, please. We had someone on the show earlier on. His name is Junior. He's gay. So, you live in the abroad. You shouldn't be thinking this way. Alright? And saying that people slept together, that they had Kerewa, you don't know that. Okay, so please calm down. Let's have a conversation. I'm willing to listen to you, but you need to calm down. Please.
Okay. So a few points I just want to pick up from there is that she said Alex Ekubo that people were telling lies or speculating that Alex Ekubo had relationship with Uti. How did we get there? Is because she has a lot. She came with, anger. It's like I'm going to deal with the issue today. So a lot of things that she's not even supposed to bring out. She said them. She said them that Alex, the lie that Alex is sleeping with Uti. Uti is this guy, the one that I said it in my previous video that during his birthday last year he posted did some photo shoots, posted it, some with earring, using wrapper all over. There are a couple of these things and people started speculating like, oh, it's declared that this is who he is. I think over 1 week, that's all 1 week, and that's all everybody left him. He's living his life. That's all. This is what I was saying yesterday, that if Alex is not straight, you should say it. If he feels that he just wants to keep quiet, he doesn't want to say anything, then his family should not come out to start bringing out the narrative that people already have. Let him speak, then his family or friends can now start backing him up that this is what we've noticed and you've heard it from the horse's mouth. So that's how I feel about this. So, and she also said, I don't want to say much. I do it sometimes. I don't want to say much. Along the line when you're talking, some points start coming in and you start bringing out things. If it's no, you don't want to say much, why don't you set a timer or jot down what you want to say and say, I'm only here to say 2 points or give out 2 points. I'm not going to go deep into it, blah, blah, blah. And she was saying, oh, they should call her. She wants to speak to the Sister B on privately. And she said she's not doing. Maybe her reason is that the way people have been kind of bashing her, the truths are becoming too much. So she doesn't want to have any private conversation with anyone that they would twist. So it's better it's in the open that people will listen to. So I don't blame her for that, because people will only crop out the one that will favor them. They will not listen to the whole thing, but they will take it to their own platform and start saying things that are untrue about her. So I do understand what she will be going through and her family as well. I feel for her children, even when they are walking, taking a walk around the maybe community, and maybe they have some people that knows them. They might be pointing fingers at them or blah, blah, blah. So I do understand she has a family to protect, and at the same time, she's trying to protect people that are also in need or that needs help, that they need to raise up to boost their ego. But people are trying to bring her down based on a couple of things, thinking, oh, why? They will always say, why didn't she call them? Why didn't she this one? If she does it this way, they will look for another way to say, oh, she didn't do it that way. That's how I feel about the whole thing. Please bear in mind that I'm not saying Bodo Yibo TV, as in Sister B is a perfect human being. Everyone has their own flaws in one way or the other. How we manage it, how we tend to also help work along with it with that person as well matters. If you love the person, there are a couple of flaws that you will see. You'll be able to work along with the person and also to help the person to get better. In as much as me as well, that I do have mine and the way I'm trying to work with it, and people around me could see some and say, okay, this is what we can work without. It's not for them to start, shading me in a bad way. It will not help my growth, because I might want to rebel or fight back, and during fighting back, some people will start quoting what you've done wrong, which is not what we want to do. And she also said, as in Ifeoma, is it Ifeoma or Joma? She said Alex paid for Francis B when Francis lost her job. Excuse me. Why do you know everything about Alex? Initially, I was thinking, is she actually Alex's sister or ex girlfriend? Why do you know everything? Why do you know everything? Is it that Alex is not man enough to learn to shush his mouth, or everything that happens between Alex and Fancy, he would download everything to his sister? maybe this same sister that he's talking about, or every member of their family, that is another way of, she did not think that she's bringing Alex down, that people will read between the line. Are you saying Alex is not wise enough and Alex can't keep things to himself? Is that not another red flag for the Fancy to actually know that this guy mouth is not safe? Wherever we discuss, we obviously, so when we get married, anytime we do KDY, then it will download. They know when I'm actually at home, or I don't feel like seeing anybody, or it downloads everything. So that's another way where of Fancy not to be secure, even when she's around Alex's family or the sister or whatever. But this point that you say Alex pay for a bill, their boyfriend and girlfriend, they are dating, or their fiancés, they plan to get married. He's already proposed then before Fancy decided to cancel the engagement, the wedding. So it's expected that they will exchange things, they will give themselves things. Maybe Fancy has also been there for Alex before, when he was down financially or in any other way, maybe to secure, get people to also invest in him and he could make money, blah blah blah. But we're not hearing that from Fancy, because I know Fancy has said a lot on social media so far, which I said yesterday that she said a lot, and I think she shouldn't respond to any truths anymore, or respond to any social media's question, and so that she can also go and heal. She needs to seek for help. How come this Ifeoma knows everything and she comes to vomit everything? That's very immature of her. Emotion that setting. She said everything, even the one that is untrue. That's another point. She also said, I know they are having KDY, that they are sleeping together. How did you know? Is it that when Fancy is coming to Alex's house, you will be in the wardrobe, or you go to the toilet and be listening to what they are doing? I don't know. Or do you have a camera there? No. So I'm just wondering, how did you get to know all these things? They're having KDY, they are sleeping, they are being intimate. How did you know that? What kind of friendship do you have with Fancy that Fancy will have to start telling you everything? If not Alex that you say is telling you, how come Fancy will be telling you everything, how they did it? I don't think that is right, and it shows that you are not mature enough to. Also, she said what is hurting her, because Sister B asked her that from the way she's ranting, that it seems all the thing that with everything that has happened so far, the only thing that hurts her the most is the fact that they said Alex is a non-straight person or straight person, whichever one that applies. Then she said yes, that she's hurting because it's a deformation of image, blah blah blah. It's not. This thing we're talking about is a community. They just know that people are doing it, and they should come out and let people know, so that even if they want to get married, or they have they have a lady they are dealing with, the lady needs to know and consider, okay, they are fine with it. So in the near future, they don't come to complain. They will know what they are actually dealing with, rather than finding out later after marriage. So that is, I do not support what she said so far. I just say I should point this as well. So we're going to continue to listen.
That does not mean that they are having sex.
They are having sex.
How do you know? I
know. In fact, even the first time when they broke up, that first time that Fancy went to break up with the engagement, when they made up again, they slept again. And this time around, when they slept, they are sleeping. So if they tell you now, if they tell you that Fancy, as she is not having sex with Alex, you will believe Fancy. Even when that thing happened that first time, that Fancy went to Alex, we told Alex that don't try to sleep with this girl before you get her pregnant if you know you're not ready. And then Alex was trying to avoid this girl. Fancy, do you know the number of times Fancy has called me? Fancy has called me. We're begging Alex together. I'm fighting for Fancy. She's telling me, oh, nothing will make me go to the internet anymore. I will never do it again. I don't know if she's bipolar. I don't know if she's sick. I'm even disappointed in her that after everything she told me, she went online just because after posting that thing, Alex did not say, okay, Fancy, come back, let's get married together.
So what is hurting you the most now in this whole story?
What is hurting me is that people have been, this is called deformation of image.
Why? Why is it deformation?
Alex is not gay.
Being gay is not a deformation. Hold on now. You say you live in Canada. Hold on.
Excuse me. Because see,
Ifeoma, we're going to have a conversation. And if we are going to have a conversation, you can't come here and you are screaming. I'm allowing you to talk, but you need to allow me to talk. Okay? Calm down. I know he's your family member. Somebody saying that somebody is gay is not defamation of character. Please. We had someone on the show earlier on. His name is Junior. He's gay. So, you live in the abroad. You shouldn't be thinking this way. Alright? And saying that people slept together, that they had KRY, you don't know that. Okay? So, please calm down. Let's have a conversation. I'm willing to listen to you, but you need to calm down. Please. Okay? Alright.
So, everything Fancy wrote, edited some of the images and everything that they pasted. If nobody wants to talk, nobody wants to say anything in the family, we decided to keep quiet. Alex has people. Alex can also stand up. All his friends, Choma, all of them, all those movie actors and actresses, they know this information I'm saying today.
We saw something. Let me ask you something.
Everybody's telling him to stand up and just say one or two things, and that's it. And Alex is like, no, God is going to fight my battle. The way Fancy came back and started begging, she will come back again, to come and beg again, and the whole world will see. But I'm saying, Alex, enough is enough.
Hold on, Ifeoma. So, it's not the fact that whether he's gay or not gay, that's not what we are contending tonight.
Okay.
The point is that what we are talking about tonight is that she said that they were together for 5 years and they did not have any intimacy in the relationship. And you are saying it's a lie.
Big lie.
And you are saying you know because you are Alex's relative. And I'm asking you again, how do you know?
And I'm telling you, how will I not know? When that first one happened, in fact, let me tell you, when they had their first breakup, and Fancy and Alex made up, people didn't know. And when he started talking to me, he was telling me, I was with Fancy in January because they broke up. That thing happened in August. Wedding was supposed to hold in November of that year. So January of the next year, they made up. And then he told me how they made up, they made love, they did this, they did that.
He told you.
Yes.
He told you.
And Fancy has even said it with her mouth, said to one of my friends. I don't know why that they had sex after they made up. So why will a grown-up girl like that, just because I am so angry with Fancy right now, I didn't want to come into this thing. I wanted to keep quiet the way we kept quiet before. But this thing now is just going out of hand. It's too much. And that we can't even start.
I think in all of this now, the thing that really hurts you the most, even the engagement breakup and everything that Fancy has said, Ifeoma, you disappoint me. I'm not going to lie.
Why?
Let me tell you why you disappoint me. You disappoint me because in all the drama that's happened, and I'm not saying that Fancy is right. I don't know Fancy. I'm not supporting her. But the one that hurts you the more why you are so emotional is the fact that he said that. Or people are saying that Alex is gay.
The fact that even Fancy herself knows that they have been sleeping with each other.
Is that the most important thing in all of this conversation?
The most important thing is that the lies. She's saying that he's gay. He has never touched her before for 5 years.
So in everything, that is the one that really matters to you.
And then that is why the boy is gay. People are saying, oh, he's gay. How can you be dating someone for 5 years? They're saying all sorts of rubbish.
Okay, let me ask you, if he's gay, does that change the fact that he's your relative? Would you love him less?
Of course, if he is gay. Did he just become gay overnight? Did he just become gay because he met Fancy? All these stories.
See, you see the way I'm saying it. Let me tell you something.
People will always want to believe the negative thing.
No, it's not negative. It's just a lifestyle. Let me tell you something.
It's not a lifestyle. Alex is not gay. It doesn't run in the family.
See the way you are. No, hold on.
We don't have that in the family.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
Let me say something. Fancy will tell you herself that if you ask Fancy, the last message you sent, when you went online to write leave your truth, and I said, Fancy, why did you make that comment? Do you know that people now, because of that, people were saying, oh, that means you found out he's gay. This is somebody you've been with for 5 years. Have you not been sleeping with Alex?
You are saying that you don't have gay in your family. You know how homophobic you sound.
No. He's not. Please, I really want you people to stop saying that. You people should stop saying Alex is gay because if he's gay, it's okay. People
that
can be gay.
Let me tell you something.
Can be gay.
Ifeoma. Oh Jesus. Hey, okay, Ifeoma, you've gone off. But I'm sharing my link so that you can come. You're not allowing me to talk. You just came to rant. But you see, just listening to you is why you will never know. Because even the way you are so emotional about it, we don't have it in our family. We don't have it in our family. No, you don't know. Say you don't know. You don't know. Ifeoma, why are you like this? It's attitudes like yours that will make people who are actually gay, even if Alex is gay, you will never know. You will hide it to the moon and back. Because I see homophobia written all over you, Ifeoma. The way you are talking, we don't have it in our family. We don't have it in our family. They slept together. Were you there? Did you see them having kerewa? I mean, it kind of made me sad the way you came. If you came across and said that, oh, you came here and said, oh, you know, the way she's dragging Alex on social media that you don't like it, even though the apology, I wanted to ask you a question about the apology, Ifeoma. If you are there, you cut off now, please come back. I'm sharing my link. The apology, when we were dissecting it, I was watching it on other platforms, we understood that they planned it together. That Alex was the one that constructed the so-called apology, and they agreed on it and posted it. Did you not see the evidence of that? The WhatsApp chats are all over social media. Okay, Ifeoma is back.
Went offline.
Yeah, I want to ask you about your apology. Did you know that the apology was something that they agreed on?
See, to be honest with you, well, Fancy has been saying a lot of things and all that. She told me about it before. She told me she was gonna do it, and she said, "Oh yeah, she wanted to make it private. She's been begging Alex before she came public, and I begged Alex too, and Alex said, well, he's not God. If this girl wants to come back, this girl embarrassed him publicly before. That it would be nice for her also to go public and apologize. And I said, yes, there is sense in what you're saying. And I told Fancy there is actually, that what Alex said actually makes a lot of sense. I think it is right you go public and also apologize, and let's even take it off from that. She's been asking me, oh, what is the need for her? If I go public now and apologize to Alex, does that mean we'll come back together? And I said, Fancy, calm down. You hurt him. If you know you wanted to break the engagement before, why didn't you do it privately? What did he even do to you? Fancy doesn't have any tangible thing to say. How can Fancy, all these things now that I'm hearing, she's the one that wanted to host, to sponsor the wedding. From where to where?
So why did they plan that? Why did they plan? Let me ask you this, Ifeoma. Why did they plan the public apology? Because it seems like
no,
hold on. Let me ask. I'm asking a question. Please, let me ask.
Okay.
Okay, you can't speak over me. This is my show.
Please. Why I'm saying this is because someone told me go and listen to how they are bashing your brother, and I came in and I said, if I can find a way to even talk to you privately.
Yes,
and
you're not listening.
And I couldn't find a way to talk
to
you,
you,
but I don't get. So I know it's your show, but
you have to listen to me because you just want to talk. You don't want me to talk.
No, you can talk, but when I say something, I am a very private person. But when I talk, even Fancy knows me. When I talk, I am so private. I say the truth.
Let me ask you.
I'm not into all this social media thing.
Yes, and yet you are here.
Yes, I'm here because someone told me to log on, do this, do that, and I did it.
And you did.
And I wanted to talk to you privately. I saw your number. I was trying to call so I can even give you the whole load, and so I don't have to come here.
I don't do anything private. Everything I wanted to talk to you private. It's not personal.
But just so you know.
Let me tell you something.
I don't do social media. I'm saying it again.
Now
I'm correcting some things.
You need some lessons in listening.
No, I do listen, but I'm correcting what you said. I don't do social media like that.
I understand that, but you gotta listen. A conversation is two people talking. I can't talk over you. You can't talk over me. I'm trying to come in. You keep interrupting, and you keep trying to talk over me. It's not gonna work. Okay? So
you can go ahead, please.
Thank you. Please calm down. I understand this is your family member. You are triggered and all that. Please calm down. You are here now. You don't do social media. Somebody told you they are bashing your brother here. You came here to defend his honor. I appreciate that. Okay? Right. Now, this apology that Fancy gave almost 2 years after the so-called engagement called off, she said that it was something that was planned between her and Alex. And I want to ask you, why is it necessary after all these years for them to come forward with this apology now? When this matter has even died down, nobody is even talking about it anymore. Why did Alex and and Fancy agree that they need to do a public apology. Fancy said that it was Alex that wanted to make it public. Why?
So it wasn't. Fancy wanted to make it private. Number one, Alex wasn't interested anymore. When Fancy came back talking to, calling Alex, Fancy would call. Sometimes Alex would not pick. Fancy would call me, and I would beg Alex to pick up her phone. I was actually one of the people who were, fighting for Fancy to come back. Myself, other few family members. The rest, like, they didn't want it anymore because of how she broke up, the engagement.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then Fancy told me that this is what Alex, wanted. Like, he wants her to apologize. If, like, Fancy was ready to do anything. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
He asked, whatever you want me to do, I would do it. Just so I
believe you.
To come back to that, relationship.
Yeah.
And when she told me that this is what Alex said, and I said, okay, if Alex is saying that you should do it publicly the way you embarrassed him publicly, I think you should go ahead and do it publicly.
Which part of it was embarrassing in the breakup? Was it the fact that she broke up with him publicly?
You know how what she wrote, and remember she wrote the first apology, which wasn't an apology. She wrote, I can't remember all those long sentences that she wrote. Yeah, so everybody was like, are you apologizing? That was also the very first time she wanted to apologize. She now went and wrote what I don't know. And Alex did not say anything. This second time, Alex said, I am no more interested. If you want to go and write and apologize, that is your business. If you don't, Fancy would call me and talk to me, and I'll be like, okay, you know what, Alex, let's calm down. People make mistakes. I was actually fighting for this girl. I really wanted them to come back together. Alex was even going to listen, but he wanted to heal because he was already scared of women because of all these things, because of what Fancy did to him. So when at one point I called Fancy and I said, you know what, Alex will not budge if you don't go and apologize to him publicly, because now there are other family members in different parts of the world who would also want to see that you didn't come and beg him privately, and then the next thing, they are back together. They want to see that there is something, like this girl is really remorseful for what she did.
Yeah.
And then and she even bought the idea. She's like, yeah, that what I'm saying is right. But she was thinking of her own image, like, if I post it now, people will start talking. What's going to happen?
Yes.
And I told her that, see, listen, it's not just don't think about yourself. If you know that what you did is wrong, then you go and post it. I told her, if you know that what you did is wrong, do it for the sake of God. When you're done doing it, leave the rest for God. We, the family members, some of us that Alex listens to, we're going to talk to him. That he's not God, and I know that people make mistakes, and if you know that you're really remorseful. And then she agreed. She said she was going to go write that thing.
Okay, so a lot has been said here. I just pick a couple of points. She said, it doesn't run in the family. I think I addressed that in my yesterday video. It doesn't run in the family. I don't think we can detect that. Anybody can decide that they want to come out. One thing that I've realized with Nigerians, back home people, we the back home people, in its respective that we're in another countries, that as we're growing up, there were a lot of deniers that were embraced. There are a couple of things you would do. They don't want people to see it. They don't want the pastor to know, the minister in the church to know that this person is bedwetting, this person is this one is a disgrace. Apart from the disgrace on the child itself, they are thinking of their own family image rather than looking for solution. That's why they believe that beating, spanking the child is the best solution. It doesn't run in the family. She's naive, she's in denial, or which one should I even say? She's in denial of it. Is it that she actually knew? She's aware, but she herself is still denying it. They believe that it can change, because this is another thing that kind of happen to us. It affects our relationship, or making us to accept something and to work on it. Is it that she knows, but she believes when she prays about it, or when they pray about it, they've given themselves a couple of months that let's pray about it, that thing is just going to zoom off. If they're also praying at, what's it called, NSPPD, what God cannot do does not exist. I'm not saying what God cannot do does not exist. I'm not saying God cannot praise himself. He wants us to praise him. That's why he created us, and all that. So, if God wants to change Alex, maybe God will change him. If Alex is not straight. But she said it doesn't run in the family. Oh no. You don't know so many people in your family that has this thing, but because not just one person has stepped out to say this is who I am. The way she's fighting this thing, Alex is not going to come out to declare that this is who I am. It is the belief that you guys have about him that you want to continue to live on. You guys are not making him to be free. That is, please, I'm saying it, that is if Alex is not straight. So because of the way you guys are handling this thing, even if it's not this thing, if it's GAY, he wouldn't want to come out to tell you guys anymore, because he knows what is going to traumatize you guys. You guys are not going to accept it. So it doesn't run in our family. It's a very wrong statement to use. She said, you people should stop saying that he is GAY. Who are the you people? You guys brought the Alex and what is it called, Fancy, brought their relationship to the social media. I think when Fancy decided to say she's not going on with the wedding anymore. But before then, people knew a bit about them. When she proposed, Alex proposed, he was on the social media, all those things. But before Fancy's issue, people have been speculating. There's been this speculation about him being GAY or not. So when she said you people should stop saying it, I'm not even saying that's what he is. There are a lot of things pointing towards that, but he's not coming out to say anything. And another thing I know is that when people are saying something about you and you don't come out to address it, people would take it as a yes. They will take your silence as a yes. So, or depending on what that question is that they want to take your silence as a yes or as a no, but they will want to use it to confirm that, oh, he doesn't want to say anything because that's what he is. So he's trying to work on himself. She said they drafted, the issue of drafting the letter together as well, because Fancy said that they drafted this thing together, and I heard she's been with Alex for like a week before they finally posted this. She finally sent this thing, posted it on the social media before people start throwing her. And from what she's saying, she said she's aware of it. It's like she knows too much. Ifeoma or Ijoma, you know too much. Is it that it's a family house that you have a very big room that 4 people are staying in there? They know when she comes inside the room and you know everything, or there's a live camera that is in the lounge sitting room that everything that happened in Alex's room. Alex is this thing with Fancy, you know. How did you know everything? How did you know? You know too much. You said Fancy, Alex told you when they broke up and they got back together that they slept together, they were intimate. Alex would decide to come and tell you what exactly is your own. What's your own? Who are you? What is your own interest? What are you benefiting from this? Alex telling you everything. Is it that you guys already start planning something for this girl that Alex is downloading? Because now it's obvious from what you have said so far that Alex has a loose mouth. So Alex is telling you everything. What exactly is your own interest? Is it that Alex is telling every member of your family or you alone? There's something there that you are pointing to us. You don't know that we're actually noting. Why does Alex have to come and tell you when they drafted letter together? Why does Alex have to needed to be the one to draft the letter? If I understand that if Alex could say, okay, since you came to apologize, remember you broke up with me on social media, so why don't you go to social media to do the apology? I don't think Alex should be the one to draft the letter, but they did it together because of what? That point, she's not able to really clear it. She started blabbing. She also said, Fancy does not have tangible reason for breaking up with Alex. Don't say that. Don't say that. You're not in their relationship. You're not the one. Are you the one Alex is dating? Alex is dating Fancy, not you. So how come you said there's no tangible reason? What is a reason to Fancy might not be a reason to you. That's a deal breaker. Everybody's deal breaker is different. Some people will say if their husband cheats, they will stay. They are not ready to leave their home. For anybody to leave, to come and live there. So whoever that person is should go and live outside. Why some will say, oh, he's cheated, I'm leaving, I don't want stress, I don't want this one. So why would you say it's not tangible? It could be tangible to Fancy. Fancy might decide not to want to really hit the point. So how did you know too much? Are you in Fancy's mind? And you are at the same time you are in Alex's mind. This is a biased statement. Biased I think call into the show. I feel everything is just wrong. I'm just hoping that was she able to sleep that night after the live show? Because I heard that she even sent a message that they should bring out the video. Why would you say that? You should have thought of your mistake, what you've done wrong. It's never too late if you apologize that you rush into things, you emotion sets in and you're really sorry. This is not who you are, blah blah blah. People will still throw you anyway, but at least we'll see some people that will say, at least I think she realized that what she did was wrong. That's another credit. She said the dad they do social media. Yeah, she was talking about Chioma and Alex, that they this one, all this Chioma Omoni Obolia, because all their friends which they don't need to know. They might not know. They might even know and accept who is or just keep quiet about it. There's so many people things that will see like that doesn't stop our friendship. That's not what the friendship is all about. So it's not everyone that will ask you and say to your face that, oh, are you GAY? Oh, are you a thief? Are you this one? They will just be noting and okay, they're getting more confirmation in their heart. They already know. So the day you finally come out to say, this is who I am, they will like, oh, okay. Some of them will tell you, yeah, I know. So I don't know Ifeoma's matter with this one. Then she said she doesn't do social media. She doesn't do social media. She jumped in. She said a lot of things. She said they've been talking about it on social media. How did you know? You're not used to. Maybe that's what you should have said, that she doesn't know how to undo it well. It took me time to start knowing how to do video, and I'm still trying to learn a couple of things now. Even the one I'm doing that right now, I'm still trying to know how to put more effect to it or make it better. So you are still learning. You're still into it. Then she said someone told her to call into the show. I think I've addressed that before. Why did Alex want apology? This thing that she doesn't want it private because blah blah blah. She knows too much. She just knows too much, and that's not good. I'll listen to this thing again and play a little bit, then I'll round it up.
Apologize. With this girl, we were on. I'm so like why I was shocked. I was shocked at Fancy when she posted that thing. She called me. Oh, I posted it. Blah 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 blah. Okay, now that I posted it, Alex has not made any comments. Oh, really?
Yes.
You want him to make a comment?
Yeah, because apparently, can I come in? Because apparently it was an agreement. We saw the WhatsApp chat. So Fancy was supposed to post the apology, and Alex was supposed to comment and say something for them to make up. That was the agreement.
No, that was not the agreement.
That was the agreement.
How did you know it wasn't the agreement?
But when she posted it,
I'm telling you now, like this, you're hearing. In fact, since this is big news for the how will I call it, bloggers or what? This should be. You're hearing from the horse's mouth. No,
you are the horses.
The family wants to come. This is what I'm talking now. I know I will go and face something when I finish. But what I'm telling you, anything I tell you, just take it that this is
That's
like
the gospel
in black
truth.
and white. I'm not
Yeah.
gospel truth, the way it is. Anything
You know everything.
I'm not gonna say anything or bash this girl too much. But the family is not.
The one you've done
she has
so
finished
far.
Alex. She has said, but God is on the throne. What she has done to this boy is not fair.
Let me ask you this.
If I say one or two things about Fancy, and this is somebody that I really like this girl.
Let me ask you something.
Sure.
Let me ask you something before you say something about Ifeoma. Till now, we don't know why Alex and Fancy broke up in the first place. She's refused to say. Can you tell us, since you know?
Deal that he cheated on me. He did this. He did because me. I asked her that question too.
There's no big deal.
Fancy. I said, Fancy, what did Alex do? Fancy is like, oh, he cheated on me. They sent me a picture. They said this one happened. Okay, is that all? That whenever we have something, he will not. In fact, see, some things I think I need to. Let me just say, I don't even want to say too much, honestly, because I feel what she's doing. I feel she's under a mental stress. Like when she wakes up, she'll be like, what did I just do? Because that was what she was doing in this one. Like, why? I don't even know why I posted it. My friends told me to post it. My friends posted it. I didn't do it. I'm regretting it. I'm regretting why I did that. I can't even believe Fancy will do what she's doing. If you talk to Fancy one-on-one and they tell you that this same person is doing this to this guy, you will be shocked. So everyone that knows Fancy in the family, we are shocked. She's meek, like quiet, calm.
It shows in her demeanor.
But when she acts, this her acting. Oh my God!
Let me ask you this.
It's just unbelievable.
Ifeoma, let me ask you this. You said something that really made me. I'm shocked. If you were in Nigeria, and you've never lived in the diaspora, I would not be so shocked. But I want to believe that those of us that live in the abroad, we've had more exposure. We've seen, different things. You said something. You say you don't have such thing in my family.
Yeah.
So if it comes out that Alex is actually gay,
Jesus,
is that something that is so?
You know what?
It's forbidden to you.
If people are gay, I mean, it's their lifestyle. It's not a big deal.
No, we're not saying people. We're saying Alex.
Alex is not gay. But if
no. I'm asking if he is actually gay. Is this something that would you stop loving him as your brother?
Why will I stop loving him as my brother?
Because you said that we don't have such in my family.
We don't, because the people, they've been carrying his name and saying he's gay. Now, the only thing that Fancy can do to hurt him or to make people, bash him is to say, oh, because there's this news going around that he's gay. So now Fancy, your Fancy is now saying Alex is gay. Because if you meet Fancy one-on-one, and if she wants to tell you the truth, she will tell you that
so
Alex
you are saying that
gay.
You know for certain that he's not.
Over 100%. Do you know the person? Do you? In fact, I'm not even supposed
because you don't have such in your family.
This thing doesn't exist, and he's not gay.
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist in my family.
In your family,
we don't have it, and he's not gay. Okay. That's what I'm saying. So that people will stop saying that he is not. And if anybody wants to be gay, it is this person's lifestyle. You can't.
It's okay, but in your family, no.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I believe you. Thank you very much. It's not. It's not in your family. It doesn't run in your family.
And people should stop saying all these things. I mean, like the way it has become. We wanted to keep quiet, and then at one point, one day, because the truth will always come up at the end of the day. The truth will always come up at the end of the day. When Fancy did the first thing she did and embarrassed him publicly, everybody left. Second, she came back again. If this boy is as bad as Fancy is saying he is, why does she still come?
Why does she come back? That's a very good question.
Keeps coming back. Like she came back the first time, apologized that first time.
Yes.
It wasn't good enough for everybody. She came back the second time, calling every member of the family, calling all of Alex's friends.
I agree. There's something seriously wrong with Fancy. Her self-worth and the way she sees herself.
And honestly, you need to meet this girl one-on-one and know what I'm talking about.
I can tell she's meek. I can tell.
Like, honestly, then the way she's upset, and these were the things I was telling Alex, that she's a good girl. Yeah, the devil, is better than the angel you don't know. Whatever you guys have had, at least you know Fancy, You know when she's angry. You know, why not just give her a second chance? And this is why this second one is happening now. So
a lot of people in the comment section are saying to you, Ifeoma, that it's not today. It's not Fancy that started this rumor about Alex. So
that is what I'm saying.
Him and his friend Ike Ogbonna, these stories have been everywhere.
Even Ike is not gay. They've been saying all these things. Ike is gay. Ike has a kid. Ike has a kid or two or so.
Okay.
So I don't
so
know
once
why
people have a kid or two, they can't be gay.
Ike he was married. He was.
Once people were married to
about
women,
this,
I
don't want to talk about other people. I don't know much. I'm only talking about my, the ones that I
Your
know.
kin,
I cannot go and, I don't know any much about Ike. Or
you know what I'm going to say to you?
Saying, the rumor that has been going on, what's it called? Alex has been gay a long time ago, blah, blah, blah. We know that rumor, we kept quiet, but at one point it stopped until Fancy had that breakup with Alex. Yeah. And people were like, oh, yeah, you see, she has seen something. She saw something. She didn't see anything.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for coming and clarifying. I really, really appreciate you. I mean, it's not easy jumping on. I totally understand your sentiments. He's your family member. You're triggered. They are saying these things that is a taboo, in quotes, in Nigeria.
In Nigeria, exactly.
In Nigeria. How, it's not in your family. You reject it, you forbid it.
Amen.
Yeah. It will not happen in your family in Jesus' name, my sister. God bless you.
Thank you.
No, it's not something to play with.
And I don't know, you're getting it.
No, it's not something to play with. Thank you for jumping on the show. Thank you. All right, my sister. Okay, whoever called Ifeoma and told Ifeoma Ekubo to jump on the show, we thank you too. I'm a boy is my hobby. It's all right.
Not my hobby.
He's clarified it.
This one.
What does that
made me laugh.
Does anything come to mind?
It's annoying, but
okay, if you don't understand, you need to go back to the beginning of this show to understand what a gay man like Junior was telling us at the beginning of the show about Nigerians and our denial. Ifeoma said we don't have it in our family. We reject it, we forbid it. Everything that Fancy do, the only thing that hurt her and that hurt the image of the family is the fact that Fancy said that Alex did not carry wire for Fancy. She said that Alex was carrying her. Nina, leave me alone, no. Nina, please leave me alone. She said that Alex was carrying Fancy. Okay? I said, how do you know? She said she knows. She said they don't have it in their family. I don't have anything to add.
It does not exist.
They don't have it in their family. Okay, we're moving to the end of the show now. It's been really interesting. I didn't know that the family member was going to jump in. And to be honest, I do understand where Ifeoma is coming from. Honestly, I don't want it to come across as if I'm totally, not taking into cognizance what it means. Nigeria, we are not ready for this conversation. We are not ready for this reality. We want to continue to believe that everybody is not in my family. We don't have it. But my people, the earlier you know it, a man came here earlier on and told us categorically that his ex-wife knew. And this is a man that is active on Obodo Yibo TV. But because he wanted to share this information, he became anonymous. You know why? Because this is the biggest secret of his life. He's a burden. And let me tell you something what is burden down. That's why I respect Junior so much. He's an Obodo fan. We love him very much. He supported us. What it does, it causes mental breakdown. Serious mental health issues. But Nigerians are not ready for that conversation. So it's okay.
What I don't want is in this, that I came in to stand up for my brother. I do not want anyone insulting me. Like I said before, I am not into social media. And the honeybee lady, you live in the UK.
Get it right.
Yeah. So you said I just came into Canada yesterday. You're disappointed. And it doesn't matter if I came into Canada yesterday, or God knows how long, or if I moved to Nigeria. It does not. There are people who I know that are gay, that are friends, and they're still my friends, and I don't have any problem with that. And honestly,
but not in your family.
Since people have been saying that
in your family.
Alex has never stand up to say, "Oh, I am not gay." He has never said anything about it. He's just quiet about it. But the truth will speak for itself.
I appreciate that.
The truth will speak for itself. And when he was going to get married to Fancy, people were not talking about it anymore. Right now, Fancy knows that thing is one thing that hurts him, even though he doesn't talk about it. So now, what I'm saying is that, but the way people, what we're all not worried about is Fancy saying that they've not slept for 5 years, that she met Alex. That was why everybody was like, what? Even
if it's not true, then he has the right to take her to court. If it's not true and he can prove it.
Exactly, that's what
exactly. So I agree with you with that. I don't have issue with your homophobic. That's my only issue with you. No problem.
Alex that you know is a very peaceful person. That guy
you know, he's so peaceful.
Let me say this. Can I interject? Honey babe, Ifeoma, please let me come in. Ifeoma, I did appreciate you for coming in. I understand you are speaking from an emotional level. This is your kin. And I understand where you're coming from. But please note that the way you spoke...
Yeah, it was really out of order.
Okay, honey babe, calm down.
It wasn't out of order. I only corrected when you said to be, like to respect everyone here. Everyone, you have your own opinion and...
let me explain it to you the way it comes across. Let me explain it the way it comes across, yeah? You came in because Alex is your family member. I don't know how you are related. You didn't tell us, but I know you are a kin, right? But the way you spoke, you made it sound like he's too good to be in that community. You made it sound like he's not in your family. And you made it sound, and this is the bias and the stigma we see in that industry, in that community. Why? Even people who are in that community, they struggle. Because people will not accept them. You say, we don't have it in our community. And you also said that even people that have been associated with him in the past, people like Alex Ekubo, you say he's not gay. If you are speaking authentically about your brother, which I believe you cannot do because you are not in the room when they are being intimate with Fancy. You said they were intimate. But I don't believe that you can speak authentically about it. Because as a sister or a cousin or whatever, you never know. All right?
Can I say something?
Hold on now, let me finish. Okay. Then you can say something. But the way you came across, maybe because you were emotional and you wanted to just debunk everything that's been said, with what Fancy said and everything. And I'm not supporting Fancy because I feel like she's dealing with a lot of issues on her own. All right? She has a lot of issues because I don't even understand why an engagement that was broken up so long ago, all of a sudden you are coming to social media now. And you want to correct it. You're saying that you arranged it, you planned it. You were supposed to do his part. You were supposed to do... What's that? So she has her own issues. But the way you spoke about that community, this is what we are trying to guard against in our community. Because I'll tell you why. A lot of men and women who are not straight, they are being pressured because of statements like, it's not in my family. We are not like that. They are being pressured to marry the opposite sex. And that's wrong. Because people will suffer. The children will suffer. Do you see where I'm coming from? So please take a minute to reflect on this. It's not on you or Alex. But we are talking generally now about how the acceptance is not there. And that's why people are they are forced to...
that community at all. I am not. And I said, when I wanted to say that I have friends. I do have friends who are...
Yeah, but you said it's not in your family.
But yes, I said we don't have that.
You don't know that. No, you don't.
Why I said we don't as at yet, for now, as we speak. Maybe tomorrow somebody will come up and, and say, okay, he or she belongs to this community. But right now, it's not there. Like the first time that rumor came up, that rumor just died down on its own. Now, before Alex met Fancy, that rumor was there. Fancy and Alex met, and they started dating, and they were dating for good 5 years. 5 good years, and they were having fun until they started having issues with, they started seeing, Alex would have seen some things. Whenever there's a wedding is coming up, there are always issues.
You said that they are having fun, and I did ask you,
how many times has the wedding
that they were having fun?
Yes.
We know.
How do you know?
Okay, this issue of Fancy saying, "No, I've never slept with Alex." After the breakup, they made up. They slept with each other. Even when Alex was saying,
you keep saying that they slept together.
Everybody
see where I have a problem.
Why would
you keep saying they slept together?
Let me finish. I said everybody was like saying, if you know that you guys are not back together full time, like why are you guys, why are you guys sleeping with each other? Why? And then he's like, yeah, it's okay. That's my ex-fiancé. There is nothing wrong with it. So that's why we're all shocked that Fancy will come out. In fact, her news of 5 years was before we thought it was a child's play. All of a sudden, that's the only thing bloggers are carrying around. Everybody's like shocked. Really? if you ask all his friends, another thing I wanted to say is, if really Alex is what they're saying he is, has anybody come out before, any man to come and say Alex is my boyfriend? Can you ask Fancy? Can Fancy can Fancy come out to say, oh, I caught him sleeping with this person?
It's even the choice of language that you use. Even if Alex is what they say he is, what is they? You cannot mention it. If
if they say he is gay, okay, that's what you let me say. Since they say he is gay, wait, let me say something. If they say Alex is gay, that's what you want to hear? I'm saying it now.
Yes, say it.
Has any man come out to say, yes, Alex is my boyfriend, or Alex has been with me? Has any man? They only see him hanging around with his friends. And people have been carrying him around.
Somebody is asking a question to that what you asked. They say, who is Alex's ex-girlfriend? Let me pin it. Because you asked, has any man come forward? So somebody is asking, who is Alex's ex-girlfriend? Where's the comment? Let me be.
Why are they asking me that?
Because you asked the question, has any man come forward?
Can any man come out? Because they're saying Alex has
go and
he's
talk
gay.
To the social media.
So who is his ex-girlfriend?
Any man come forward to say Alex is my boyfriend, or I Alex slept with me.
Let me tell you something. Alex is not. This is not a court. Alex is not being judged for his sexuality. You are the one that is making a thing out of it because of your.
No, the only thing I'm making out of it is all these lies from Fancy. That's all I came in here to debunk. Fancy said, "Thank you." We had a conversation yesterday, and he's like, "No, God is gonna fight this battle for me, and people will see it." Alex is very peaceful. If Alex opens his mouth to talk,
nobody is denying that. Nobody is denying that.
Oh my God! If he opens his mouth to talk, oh my God!
I think Alex is a lovely person. I think he's a very calm, gentle, very guy. God-fearing, even.
Honestly,
all that is not in contention, though. Ifeoma, all that is not in contention. This is what I want you to do. I want to give you homework. Please, don't be offended, though. Don't take it as an insult or anything. I want you to go back.
Okay, welcome back. From the long voice note. So, couple of things. I'm just going to be quick about it because this is long enough. She talked about, she was being defensive about her brother, his cousin, wherever. She was over defensive about it. In the process where she's being defensive, she was even saying things that she wasn't supposed to say. She was talking about the bedroom thing as if she was there. It is now between Fancy and Alex to confirm, to say, oh, we've done it before, we haven't done it before. This A can say he did it with her, why the B can say, oh, you didn't do it with me. So God is the proof. That's that. But for you to be there, except you guys agreed to do it and you're going to be the third party to watch them doing it, what could have warranted that kind of thing, that you will be there and they will be doing it live in your presence? 1, 2, or there's a camera that was mounted and it was played back to you. Taking what you said your brother said to you, that each time your brother go intimate with Fancy, he will have to come and tell you, I don't believe you. I'm sorry, I don't believe you. Why would he do that? He must have said 1 or 2 things, maybe to want to clear you guys' conscience. If you notice that you guys are suspecting him to be GAY or something else, maybe we'll just make sure some conversation leads to that, to say, oh, I was maybe when you call, I was in the bedroom with my babe, one needs to service this lady before they run away. So we're doing, and you can crack a joke like, oh, so you guys were having fun. Yeah, it doesn't mean that they're actually doing the do. He's just trying to say something to just clear you. So when you are saying he told you, I don't believe that he had to come tell you all the time they had something. And you also make that to make it look like or to attest that Alex, that has been keeping quiet from responding to this accusation that is being allegedly, or people are speculating, is that he has a loose mouth when it comes to you. He can't keep things to himself. He has to say things. Are you just saying that to make him look okay, not realizing that you're actually tarnishing image as well, or kind of demeaning him as well. In a way, there's something you're doing wrong that I don't think you've gotten. Like I said from the beginning of this video, that maybe when you listen to this, your voice, voice distant again, when you call into this Bodo Yibo live show, you would realize that you shouldn't have said some things that you have said. You would think of rewinding the time and be able to edit something, but unfortunately is out there for everyone to see and hear. I heard that she said that Bodo Yibo TV should pull it down. What about other people that have listened to it? What's it gonna do? It's not gonna work. It has actually gone viral. Unfortunately, you now need to try to work in a clean way right now, so that people will just overlook your things after. So you're being defensive on your brother's case. I am not on Francis side. I'm not on Alex Ekubo's side. They both know what happened between them, what transpired, the truth, and we are just dealing with what we have on ground, what was being said. She also said it's all of. Then she said when she asked Fancy that why does Fancy break up with Alex, which is her brother, that Fancy said is all of the cheating, the picture, they sent that this thing, that she now asked that, is that all? Come on, you shouldn't have said that. Why would you say is that all? Meaning she should accept the fact that she was cheated on. If it's a deal breaker for her, if it's something she's not going to cope with, or they've actually faced that before, so she can decide that, I'm going to call it off if you're not going to be serious. So she now said, she asked that, is that all? Come on, this is our Nigerian attitude that we just say, when the person now did it, is that what? No, you are not the one to take the decision. You can advise. It's not left for the person to choose from what you have said to her, him or her, to act on it or to go with their own decision. So that was a bit manipulative. It shows that you guys are manipulating the lady. Another thing is that she said she's discussing the intimate thing with the family. If you said our family said, so why are you still sleeping together? Our family now said you guys should not sleep. Like, your family knows all the sleeping thing. Is it from you that always know everything, or is all your family that knows when this thing is being done? Alex just download everything to you guys. That's a very wrong thing as well, that she shouldn't have actually brought out, like dressing, discussing the intimate issue with the family. So Alex, is it that Alex can have time with his babe without discussing the after effect to his family? So he's going to actually scare some ladies away, that since the family always know what is happening, I think they're not ready to. They will not feel comfortable to be around them. She also said. Then they asked what triggered this about Alex, and then when someone asks about, okay, this is not the first time Alex has been accused of this thing, so what do you think triggered it? Something must have been, they should have seen something before they would trigger it. I what that the freeze showed the other day, and he said that how come people will not come and say he is GAY? They will accuse him of something else, so they must have seen something. That's why maybe there was a trait that people are seeing. That's why they start saying that. And someone else says they've been in the same school, maybe secondary school with Alex, that he's always in the midst of boys. He doesn't really associate with. So I don't know. If a girl is in the midst of guy too much, they will complain. Blah blah blah. So that one I don't know, but all I know is that there must be a couple of things that has been seen and kind of added together to make a formative narration of this thing that they are accusing Alex or speculating about Alex. And she said she's over 100% sure that Alex is not GAY. Are you a doctor? Did you text him? Did you tell him to come and do? Or you gave him somebody to be doing in your presence that he said, even it's not as if this person cannot do. Not that this person cannot do. These people that DAY, it's not as if they don't know how to do, they can do. But that you both, this thing, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? The guy that came, calling, which is a GAY guy, and he said that if he's being paid, if he was given money and it's a good money, that he should go and carry why someone. Carry why that means he's being intimate with someone. And it's a good money that he was going to do it because it's a job. He's being paid for it. It's not like they don't know how to do it. It's not as if they don't know the method to use. They will give it to you the way you want. And people have children as well. So all those narratives that she was saying, she's 100% sure that her brother is not GAY. He doesn't exist in the family. They are all wrong. I feel she needs to... Ifeoma needs to go and get exposure. She needs to go and be exposed to a couple of things. Get your laptop, sit down, type it on, read about it. You can watch some video about it. Try to get your mind informed about it. And it's not easy to want to accept sometimes, but yeah. When I first started hearing it years back, I was like, oh, why can it happen? I also was frowning about it. But as time goes on, I've made to understand that I need to respect people that are into it. If not, you make them uncomfortable around you. Do you understand? And two, it's not good because you're not making, there's no equal opportunity. You start giving that, like, oh, you can't do this one, you're this one, you're this one. You start segregating, no. There's so many things that will set in and you're limiting those people and it's not accepted. So there is no place where there's a persecution for whoever comes out to declare their orientation. So that's with that one, Ifeoma needs to go and enlighten herself. She should go and enlighten herself about all these things. She should type it all LGBTQ. She lecture. She should just go so that she will become a better person. She will even be able to know how to address her brother, and whoever that maybe she knows, people that are around her. She can be able to relate well with them, because if you know and you have that biased mind, even if those people are greeting you and they're just conversing normal distance, the way you will be responding, they will know that you are resenting them and they don't feel comfortable. That is one of the things that part of the reason she needs to. And if she's not careful, if she try to orient herself, get exposure on this thing, it will help her even when she's dealing with people outside, at work and all that. When she's come across people in this community, she will be able to do her own do, they will do their own do, they will relate well, work will go fine, and it will not be a case of my family cannot, we don't have it in our family, we don't this one. And also, even if the guy is, the way you're attacking and ranting, the guy will not want to come out to declare that I've checked out, I've tried to go through some things to see maybe it's what I'm really am. And unfortunately, I'm sorry to break the news to you that this is who I am. Please take me for who I am. It doesn't stop the love I have for you. It doesn't stop the support I'll be giving you. You know what? We will just all walk in love. Simple. Give him the opportunity. But if you guys are fighting people like this, it will not be able to. It will swing towards your direction of what you guys are portraying, that is like this, it's like this, it's like this. It cannot bend. Let him speak. Let him embrace what he is. If it's something else, but if it's normal, there's no. When I mean normal, I'm sorry. If he's on this side, and that's who he is, let him be able to embrace it. If he's on the other side as well, let him be able to embrace it confidently. If he's on this side, let him be able to embrace it confidently, that there's no shame and insecurity about it. And also to work on, and I feel Ifeoma needs to work on her behavior as well, behavioral this thing, because the way she called into, I could see the emotion setting and the way she blah 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 blah. She needs to work on some of those things too. We are work in progress. I'm still work in progress too, and she said and she made it sound as if that GAY is a disease or is something that's like Alex is too good to be that one. They used to be handsome neat and all that. Some that are like that, every normal distance. So it's not as if there's a category that can only be, it's only a set of people that can be from this set of tribe. No. Let us please be well informed as well. May God help us. She said, and she was saying, can any man come out and say, oh, he's been with Alex? My sister Ifeoma, if someone comes out tomorrow or today, would you not attack that person? And the first thing you're gonna say is, where is your proof? Where is your proof? Meaning, is it that when that person is doing it with him, they should be recording to show you that, oh, he actually went to know? No, it's a lie. They put his head there. Oh, come on. You will bring up, because that question of can any man come out to say that, if someone decides to come out and say, you know what, let me damn this consequence, let's just bring it out. The other guy in Bodo Yubo's TV show said yesterday that the day his brother told him, when are you going to tell mommy? And he knew that his brother was aware since when they were very young. He said he felt somehow. And by the time he stepped out, he took his phone and called his best friend and said, you know what, I am free. The guy was almost teary that day on the live show. I could feel, kind of sense what he's like he said, he's now free. It's like they're in bondage because of people, our reactions and all that. And he said he's free from, he knows that this set of people already know. So he's free around them. They will not judge him. Do this one, that one, yes. So when you're saying, so can someone come out? If that person comes out, you will also accuse that person you will also tell the person to show you proof. You will defend, you will fight that person, you will say it's the devil that sent the person. So that statement is not, to me, I don't think it works. It's not necessary. You're only adding more to the things that is going on right now, because you could trigger someone to come out to say something, even if it's not the truth. Anyone could come out. Also, you said you said that they're hearing from the horse's mouth. You are the horse. We're hearing this from you. Wow. Then she said, we're hearing from the horse's mouth. We're hearing from the horse's mouth. You are the horses. You are the horse. You're the one downloaded to us because you know too much. Ifeoma, please, I hope that you find peace after listening to your live show and ask God to help you. Go for help. Accept it that you need help, that you said too much, so that you know how to guard it. It was too much. And you were even saying that you don't want to batch, you don't want to say too much, you don't want to batch her too much, you don't want to batch Nancy too much because you're angry with her right now. So you have actually accepted that you've batched her because you know it's a batching already. So why would she be comfortable around you? You guys have done something that it's just so alarming. But with all this, I hope every one of us that are watching has actually learned one or two things from what I've pointed out, from what this lady have said, the ones that she said maybe unknowingly, which she might have regretted saying. Maybe it's just because she was trying to defend her brother. She said things were untrue just to defend her, cover up her brother, or if that was the actual thing that happens. But if it is, of course, they need to work on themselves. And I'll come to talk about Fancy. That is Fancy doesn't mean that Fancy is absolutely perfect, or she doesn't have any guilt. When two people fight, two of them will have their guilt, one just way than each other. So but it seems from what she has said so far, there's a lot of truth in what she's narrated. And even considering checking the chat that she had with the chat between herself and Alex, she was even still talking about not being intimate for 5 years. And all Alex has to say there is that Auntie Tony, I don't know what the Auntie Tony is, maybe must not see there's that if Auntie Tony sees it, it is the end of us or something like that. Like Fancy should forget him. There's something going on. There's something, but you know what, we all learn, and I hope the upcoming one will not make this mistake. I don't know why the single ladies are actually making some mistake, even some married people to do that as well. And I pray that we'll continue to learn, and there will be less bass boosts. With this, I've come to the end of the this video. I'm drawing the curtain. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about this. A disclaimer for you guys that I'm not perfect, and all I've said is not the facts. You please relate with the point I've pointed out, what I've said about this lady, how she come into the live show. I know she might be having a regret right now, and what shouldn't have been said. But if she stand on her word as at this time, then she also still need help. I'm saying it that she needs to work on herself, also get to enlighten herself with the community that she's talking about, that she's fighting and saying it's not there. That's not what happened. That is not them. That's not them. So I hope that's it's something that she will work on. So let me know in the comment section below what you think about this. So if you're new here and you like what I'm about, please consider subscribing, turn on your notification button so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. And to my returning subscribers, thanks for joining me once again. Don't forget to like and comment as well, and share if you can. And with this, I will see you in my next video. Do take care. Bye.